Hey everyone, it's me, Kim. I'm just making this because we're deep in the pandemic right now and I'm very bored. And I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, but there are so many things that I do that I could never narrow it down to like an idea or anything. But I have done a lot of editing for people over the pandemic, and editing itself is really fun, but I don't like to edit other people's videos. I like to edit my own videos. And so this is just gonna be a bunch of random content with no purpose at all whatsoever that I'm just gonna have fun editing, and I hope that you enjoy it too. I wanna talk about some stuff. The biggest thing right now that's on my mind is I just spent quite a lot of money getting some new portraits of myself done because I am an actor. You have to have headshots. It's how you get in the room. And I have headshots. That are fine, but they don't look a lot like me because they were 2 years ago and I just looked a lot different 2 years ago. And so I've always struggled to feel confident enough to put myself out there. And I'm okay at like the auditioning process and whatnot, but I was just feeling like maybe if I got better headshots, maybe if I got better photos of myself, I would feel more confident about sending them to people. And maybe in this wild, crazy world that we're living in right now, somehow I might be able to land a job doing something kind of related to my craft. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend the money. I'm just gonna get the new headshots. I'm gonna get the new body shots. I'm gonna do the whole thing. The pictures came out great. I'll show you some of the pictures. I'm waiting for them to be retouched at the moment. And I got laid off from my job back in May. Like, it's time now. I have to get back out there. I'm not gonna do stupid stuff. I've been doing dental work for a few years to make money. And don't get me wrong, it's good money, but it's just not something that like I wanna spend the rest of my life doing. But I got too impatient. And I was like, I'm gonna send in some of these unedited photos, not even acting agencies, modeling agencies, because all of a sudden now I think that I can be a model. I'm 5'5", and they want models to be like at least 5'9", if not a lot taller for females. It's so painful to like go to click your height on the screen and they don't even have anything below 5'7". Basically, the industry that I work in has very specific standards for everyone. You're constantly being rejected because there's one tiny little thing about you that does not fit what they want. And so it just is a struggle. And I've always felt like if I'm gonna do something, if I'm gonna set my mind to do something, I don't want anyone to know about it because it takes the pressure off if no one knows that I'm doing it. If I don't finish it, then no one's expecting some sort of finished product. But if I tell people, then they're like, oh, how's that thing coming along? And if it's not coming along, it feels horrible. Sometimes you just need to take breaks from things. My family has been so confused about like what I'm doing with my life. And when I told them that I was going to get these new headshots and these new body shots, they were like, oh, you're gonna try acting again? I never gave up on acting. I never gave up on my career. I went to school for a reason, but if you don't do something for a period of time, it's like people assume you give up. And if they hadn't known, maybe there wouldn't be so much pressure and I could just do it at my own pace and they would be happy for me when I succeed at things. Once people know there's like a timeline. I guess my point is there's just a lot of pressure from like the people in your life because they love you and they expect you to do great things, or they want you to do great things. They have high hopes for you. And I'm grateful that I have people in my life who expect great things from me because, you know, I guess in some way that must mean that I'm not a complete loser. But as soon as people knew that I was getting this new photo shoot done, oh, what are you gonna do with it? It's there for an opportunity, not necessarily something very specific. And then they're like, oh, okay, so you just wasted a bunch of money for nothing. And it's like, no, I have plans, I just don't know what they are yet. And right now, it just feels real terrible. Just feels real terrible. I'm sitting in my bed every day, playing Animal Crossing, waiting for my dental job to call me back and be like, hey, come back. And then I do my dental job 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and I don't have time to do acting. And then when I do, people are like, oh my gosh, you should do more of this. Or if I do music here and there, like, oh, you have to write more songs. And then if I do, it better be better than the last thing you did. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's just a lot of expectation. And if you want to do something like acting or music, it's not the same as wanting to do something in like accounting or science. Like, you're allowed to take your time to like figure that out and like do what you want to do. And if you're not doing it for a little while, it doesn't automatically mean that you've given up on it. But if you're not like pushing out every single, you know, if you're not writing every play, every screenplay, if you're not constantly making something, being a part of something, they assume that like you failed. Yes, I love acting. I love the performing arts. I love music. It's been my whole life. But sometimes things happen. Everyone needs time to themselves. Even people who love being around people and who get their energy from being around people need alone time. They need time to reset. They need time to think. And some of us need that more than other people. And I feel like a lot of us, at least in my group of friends, the people who do acting and other stuff like that, they're just not allowed to have that. They're not allowed to have that time to themselves. If they choose to have that time to themselves, they've either failed or they've given up or they've chosen a different path. You're not allowed to take a break unless you've been famous and are famous, and they expect that from you. And I know that I shouldn't let that bother me, but the huge thing that holds me back is knowing that people in my family or people in my life expect more from me. You haven't done anything in a while. It's like, yeah, man, you work in construction, you haven't built a house in a while, so what? You're gonna do it someday. You still know how to do it. No, I haven't seen the house that you built, but I know that you build houses. It's like you have to prove yourself to people. You cannot call yourself an actor or a writer or a singer unless you have something to show for it. And you might have things to show for it, but they expect more than what you already have. So it's just like black and white completely. You either have to be totally 100% super famous, A-list actor, everyone knows your name, everyone knows who you are, or you're not really an actor. And there's just so much that I want to do. Like, I love acting, and I know I'm gonna do it like the rest of my life, but I also love making music and I love singing. And I used to really like musical theater, but now I'm not too big on the musical theater community, but that's fine. Other people are. I love video editing. I love photography. I even love, as much as I've been crapping on it this whole video, I love dentistry. I like all the stuff I've done with dentistry, and I want to have a full life without feeling like people are telling me I wasted my college education because I chose to go to school for acting. It's like, I'm just complaining. That's all this video is just me complaining, clearly. But it does feel good to talk about it. So I guess if you're listening, let me know. It'll feel real good to know that someone's listening, and if you feel the same way, it might even feel even better. Just to know that there are other people out there who experience this kind of thing and know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and post something every day. I don't know what it's gonna be, and I do not promise that it's gonna be good, but I think I'll have fun editing it. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for being out there. Thanks for being there for me. Talk to you tomorrow.